Hello. Still on the road, squeezing in another lesson in between gigs. And my students who I teach, who follow all my lessons already know this, but this is the second of 3 lessons that I'm in the process of renaming and re-recording. And I'll explain that as we go along. Anyway, today's lesson is on the Barre Chord. Some people call it a Barre Chord, obviously French. I've heard it both ways. Anyway, it gets its name because you use your finger, usually the index finger, so it forms a bar that presses down across the strings, and in that way it acts like the nut. So the nut is normally up here, but you can kind of form a virtual nut anywhere else than the neck. And that was why this lesson was initially called nutting with your hand. But I can understand why my legal team and manager made me change it, because I'm using nut and nutting as a verb. And even though it's definitely a noun, and even though I'm like 63% sure it can be used as a verb, I guess we're just, being safe. Although even though if it's wrong, it's still not totally clear to me why we couldn't just, fix the old lessons in post. But anyway, it's usually the index finger that forms the bar, letting the rest of your fingers play the chord. Some people think you use the pinky to form the bar, but that just doesn't work as well, so I recommend using the index finger. And the 2 shapes or forms that are easiest to play in this way are called the EForm and the EForm. And today we'll be focusing on the EForm, and the EForm gets its name because it's based on this open E chord. Right, you're probably familiar with this. This is the open E major chord. Now I'm going to change the fingering a little bit, and when you're fingering in a way that you're not used to, it can feel uncomfortable or even painful at first, but you'll get the hang of it. And in this position, right, the nut is at kind of 0 fret, so this is open. Now if you move everything up 1 fret and then you use your finger as the bar, you've moved the whole chord up 1/2 step. So you've gone from E major to now E sharp major to F major to F sharp major, and so on. So in that way, this is movable. And you can probably see how the movable nature makes it so useful. So in this way you can kind of go right, so it allows guitarists to move their chords up and down as they move their nuts up and down. So when someone asks you, what major chords do you know, you can say, I know all of them, and you'll be telling the truth. That's because it is movable. You can play any major chord just by deciding where on the neck you want to nut. Okay, so that was the EForm Barre Chord. Practice that for next time. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, rate, and review. Thank you.